I've got to say that, like, what a credit to the sport, both of them. I mean, I thought Ramirez was brilliant. And I thought Mo done great. I thought he was unlucky in the first round, wasn't a knockdown, sort of took him off his, but Ramirez, he boxed aggressively, then he just boxed off the back foot. I mean, I thought it was just brilliant to watch. The atmosphere was just incredible, the energy, social media is going crazy. So, although we lost, we won because we put on a fight that everyone will remember. So, congratulations.
You talked about when he made that adjustment.
Any type of rematch clause?
No.
You know, it's when he made that adjustment, he started feigning in the third round, and that gave Maurice support. He couldn't. That's what set up the knockout.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Maurice came back well after the knockdown because I think his head was a bit messed up because he knew it was a 10-8 round. But he probably spent a little bit too much time on the ropes, and he's kicking himself because he feels as though he was comfortable in the fight. And he said, just like that, like it happened so quick. I lost a little bit of concentration for literally a second. I got clipped by a left hook, and then next thing it's all over. But when you're at the top level, that's what great fighters do. They take advantage of the slip of concentration, and you go from there.
You know, your guy don't got the belt. I just feel to have a hand and find out who's going to be that guy 140 because Regis and them fighting, and the winner will fight.
Listen, like I said, I'm gutted for Mo, but when you put on a fight like that, like that's our aim. That's the zone's aim, is to give you great fights, give you an incredible fight. Wish Mo would have won, but I also know that everybody who left here tonight, everyone that tuned in, will be saying, wow. And you can see it on social media, everyone, you know. I wanted more rounds because it was going to be one of the best fights I've ever seen. You know, as it was one of the fights of the year, but it could have been one of the best fights I've ever seen if it went another 3 or 4 rounds. So, again, Ramirez, I thought him and Robert Garcia, absolutely brilliant.
What's next for Mo?
I think you'll see him at 147 pounds. I mean, he made weight good this time, so 0 excuses. Last time was horrendous. But he's a big guy, you know, and I think he's going to have some time with his kids. Mo's done really well, you know. I mean, he's made a lot of money tonight, but even in his last few defences. So he's just got to take his time. He's really down on himself at the moment. But I said, you got to understand, you just took part in a fight of the year and you lost to the best fighter in the division. Unquestionably, Ramirez, best fighter in the division.
Oh, did he beat Regis?
I'm saying right now, on paper, you have to say, through everything everyone's achieved, he is the #1 in the division.
What about your other guy, Tevin?
Tevin was all right. I mean, he was a bit flat. You know, I think he needs that test.
So he was a motivator.
Yeah, he needs that fear. But really, I wanted him to just back the guy up, beat him up, and get him out of there. Even if you have to take chances, even if you're sometimes a little bit sloppy, people want to see entertainment, and that's what I said to Mo. Like, part of this game is about people wanting to watch you fight. And when you give people a fight like that, they want to watch you fight again. So Tevin gave people a fight that wouldn't really want people to watch him fight, rush out to fight again. But he needs to be challenged, and I think you'll see the best of him against better opposition.
Eddie, there was a situation in the first round where on the replay we saw that was obviously not a knockdown. Would you be in favor of a proposition to enable instant replay in boxing?
Well, they do with WBC. You know, WBC has an instant replay rule, but it's only with commissions who accept that rule. So they also have a rule where the scoring is put out after 4 rounds and 8 rounds.
Open scoring.
Yeah, open scoring. And actually in Italy, in our shows, they do open scoring. I actually quite like it. Like, I'm a bit of a purist and I was against it, but actually...
In a case like this where it was obvious.
Yeah, but it's quite exciting when in a close fight to see what you've got to do to win. It wasn't a knockdown, everyone knows that, but it's irrelevant now anyway. But I just think maybe it put him out of his swing a little bit because he went to the corner thinking, fuck, I'm 2 rounds down after the first round.
Eddie, it's a smaller scale, but how does the energy you felt out here compare to other cards you played?
Really good.
Especially in America.
Yeah, really good. I mean, look, I wasn't over the moon with the crowd. I think we had like 5,000, something like that, and I expected to do 7 or 8. But it's Mo's first time in Dallas. You know, he hasn't been built here. He's been on the road all his career. So you had probably half the people, or probably a bit more, supporting him from Dallas, and you had obviously the Mexican support as well, which made a great little mix. But I thought everyone enjoyed it. You know, knowledgeable people. People were stopping me, talking about other stuff. People stopping Devin Haney all the time. People stopped, obviously Errol Spence was here, Terence Crawford. And it seems like the people in here tonight knew their boxing, which is sometimes different to some places we've gone, where they turn up and it's like, oh, we've just heard there's an event. These guys actually knew who was on the card, knew who was in the arena, and they got a great night.
When you make return trips to Dallas more frequent now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you've got big boxing coming here all the time. So Texas is somewhere that's important for us. Obviously, it's a blow for Mo. He's going to come back, rebuild now. But I see Mo being in big fights again. So, you know, again, I think this is something. It's a great arena, by the way. Like really on top, small floor. The tiers are really close to the ring. So if you're sitting in those tiers ringside, it's a brilliant view. And I thought the energy was great. You know.
Do you think that this is going to open up more big fights, working with Top Rank and the other?
Yeah, all the time. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we worked with Jose Ramirez again with Top Rank. You know, like obviously he made a lot of money. He's going to want a lot of money next time. So we'll see what happens. But I like working with Bob. I'm gutted we didn't beat him because even like when the fight was stopped, Bob stood up and went yeah, and sort of elbowed me in the face. But it's competitive and that's what you want. We want to win bad, but we also want great fights. Like as a promoter, always number one is your guy wins, but number two is you want to leave the venue going fuck that was great. And we were probably 3 or 4 rounds away from one of the best fights I've ever seen. We got a fight of the year contender.
So was it worth it to spend that $4 million that you had to pay Bob?
No, not that much, not much. It was an expensive night, but it was worth it because it was a great fight.
Could we see Hooker fighting Saucedo one more time?
Yeah, I mean, Saucedo.
You went to the Oklahoma.
Yeah, it was an
fight.
amazing fight. I mean, Maurice is always going to be in good fights with guys who come to fight, and Saucedo always comes to fight. So.
Obviously, Mikey and Jose have the same trainer.
Yeah.
But how does Mikey fit into this 140?
Do you know, I actually forgot about that, and I said the other day that Mikey Garcia against Jose Ramirez would be an incredible fight. Right. But seeing as Robert trains both of them, probably unlikely. But
isn't it true that y'all offered Earl $200 million to come to the zone?
Absolutely not. Good story though. Use it. I like it.
So I'm asking for the source. I'm going to the man with the plan.
Yeah. The answer is yes. Put it out there.